The real estate business is easily and frequently regulated. Your ability to make a living as a realtor is often affected by the decisions of government officials. That's why it's so important to join with other realtors and get involved with the South Carolina Realtors Political Action Committee, RPAC. RPAC raises voluntary funds from South Carolina realtors to support issues, campaigns, and candidates at all levels of government.
The quality of life for our state and our community is all hinged off of realtors and their involvement. We're the first point of contact when people move into our communities, so we need to make sure that those communities are left where they're very vital for the consumer that's living there. And so we have to become involved in the community itself, and through preserving the community, RPAC plays a major part in that.
RPAC works in two ways. RPAC supports legislation that would help realtors and their clients, and RPAC supports candidates that support the realtor agenda, officials who understand how the real estate business works.
The ones that contribute to RPAC and are involved in RPAC are more aware of the issues that are going on, so they're more likely to be involved and make those phone calls. And then a natural progression is someone like me who became involved in those issues and then decided that I want to have an even bigger voice and actually run for office myself.
It's contributing to candidates not only all over our state. The way the RPAC is set up, funds go back to the local boards, they go to the state associations, and they go to the national association.
I think that if you're a realtor, you need to be involved and active in politics, and the Political Action Committee is the easiest way to do that. It's a contribution. You have staff in Washington, D.C., we have staff locally, we have lobbyists and folks that are protecting your interest as a realtor.
RPAC protects your business. Through the power of RPAC, South Carolina realtors put a stop to double-dipping by local governments on business license fees. New regulations require that these fees be collected only from brokers in charge and not individual agents. The successful enactment of tort reform ensures that realtors are not litigated out of business by frivolous lawsuits. RPAC helped to end jury and venue shopping for lawsuits, shortened the statute of limitations, and limited who can be named as a liable party in a lawsuit. South Carolina's RPAC added $331 to your annual commission totals by supporting an effort to boost FHA loan limits, a real benefit for first-time homebuyers. RPAC defeated a transfer tax that would add $400 to the cost of the average home in South Carolina. If this bill had passed, thousands of Carolinians would have been priced out of the market and denied their chance to live the American dream of home ownership.
That if we didn't have people at the level in the legislature working on our position, we would lose that position. And therefore, we would lose a very important thing, perhaps the American dream.
Not one person can do it alone. It's everybody doing it together, and we're protecting our livelihood. And I like to bring it down to home. We're protecting our families. This is how we make our money. And this is how we're protecting our families' own dream of having their own home one day.
RPAC works for realtors in South Carolina and supports values and benefits like health insurance for realtors, no new taxes or fees on real estate, reforming property insurance, protecting realtors' rights to hold office, reforming workers' compensation, the South Carolina Priority Investment Act, and protecting your right to fill out contracts.
Well, there are regulations and laws that can be implemented and passed that will certainly hinder our industry, and it actually could strangle out private property rights for homeowners, and we wouldn't have realtors or real estate or be able to own property.
You got in real estate because it's one profession with a small investment. You have large returns, plus you affect the growth of your community. And if you don't get involved, the laws that are created on the state level can affect the way you do business, and maybe one day you won't be in the business because of the change of laws.
I think that what RPAC does is make politicians aware of what are the concerns of the realtors, and the realtors are the community.
RPAC opens doors. Your RPAC contributions send a clear message to representatives at the South Carolina State House and in Washington, D.C. The power of RPAC shows politicians that realtors care about the issues affecting our business.
They're not paid lobbyists. They're business and community leaders, and they are invested and interested in issues affecting our community and our state.
If you can bring and improve the overall quality of a community and the residents, then by nature it becomes a more saleable property. It becomes a better place to live. The schools become better because of participation, and it just is a win-win for everybody.
RPAC is your voice. RPAC is a critical part of the South Carolina Realtors' legislative success. When you participate in calls to action, committee meetings, and State House visits, you speak with a unified Realtor voice. Government officials and legislators understand that realtors care about issues that affect not only our business, but the quality of life that all South Carolinians enjoy. In 2006, RPAC dispersed over $4.3 million in direct contributions to federal candidates, leadership political action committees, and national political party committees, making RPAC the largest political action committee contributor to candidates.
I mean, RPAC really gave us the opportunity to develop real relationships with these people, to discover that politicians were really real people. Because it's not just giving money, it's going to events where the politicians are present, and you don't have to meet them in an atmosphere where you're asking for something.
And what I would say to those members are to come right here where we are today. Come to our State House. Spend a day with our lobbyist, Cashin Drolet. She's available. You can call or email her, and spend a day here and watch her go through the issues and see just in one single day what our lobbying team does to protect our industry and our members.
It's the fact that you believe in the system and you're contributing to the system, and that you're making a commitment to your profession, a commitment to your clients.
It's easy to get too busy to be involved, but over 500,000 realtors agree that RPAC is the best investment you can make in the real estate industry and the future of your business. Only 44% of realtors are protecting all real estate licensees in South Carolina. For every dollar given, 70 cents stays in South Carolina to focus on state and local issues.
I believe that if real estate is my profession, then politics has to be my business. And I've got to be involved to protect our industry. I have 2 children at home, 12 and 9, who are looking to me to provide for them and provide for the future. And also, I'm responsible to my community that I live in now, and of course statewide, to protect the industry. Not only as we protect the industry, we're also protecting private property rights and the dream of home ownership.
You know, real estate's been real good to me. It's been good to my family. It's been good to my children, who have both been to college and they're now both in medical school. We did that. My wife and I are both realtors. We did that by making money in the real estate business. And so, you know, when you look at what can I do to give back to the industry, I serve on committees, I serve on boards, I serve in the community, and I figure I need to give money to RPAC.
I think absolutely. That's where, you know, when I first started in real estate, I couldn't give $500. I gave $25 or $35, and there's I think a minimum fair share that everyone can contribute a little bit. And when you pool all those dollars together, it becomes a bigger piece of the pie.
But just the fact that they give to RPAC, whether it's $25 or $50 or $100, is so important that they begin somewhere along the line supporting RPAC, because by virtue of giving even a small amount of money, they get all the publications, it brings them up to date as to what's taking place, and here again, they would be able to make better decisions in their own businesses by being able to by being a member of RPAC.
Yeah, it's like anything when you give. Anytime you give, you generally get back a lot more in return. And so I feel like in this situation, it's true.
It's not the 125, it's your 25 and your friend's 10 and the next 25, and it's all the people collectively together giving something that makes the pot big enough to make a difference.
Together, we can fight to ensure that we are not legislated, litigated, or regulated out of business. Invest in RPAC to safeguard your industry. For more information, visit screaltors.com/RPAC.